Good morning, everyone. My name's Elaine, and I'm a member of Christ Central Church in Redhill. And today I'm going to be talking on Psalm 25, and I'm going to read it in bite-sized chunks and then explain a bit about it rather than read the whole psalm at once. So here goes. Verses 1 to 3. O Lord, I give my life to you. I trust in you, my God. Do not let me be disgraced, or let my enemies rejoice in my defeat. No one who trusts in you will ever be disgraced, but disgrace comes to those who try to deceive others. So the first 72 Psalms, which is almost half the Psalms in the book, speak about enemies. And enemies oppose not only us, but God's way of living. We can view temptation such as money, success, prestige, lust, social media, food as our enemies, anything that takes us away from God. I know that food can be my enemy and has been even more so during the last 18 months of the pandemic. Our greatest enemy is Satan. David asked God to keep his enemies from overcoming him because they opposed what God stood for. David didn't question his own faith, but he didn't want his enemy's success to be an obstacle to the faith of others. So now read Psalm verses 4 to 10. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Lead me by your truth and teach me, for you are the God who saves me. All day long I put my hope in you. Remember, O Lord, your compassion and unfailing love, which you have shown from long ages past. Do not remember the rebellious sins of my youth. Remember me in the light of your unfailing love, for you are merciful, O Lord. The Lord is good and does what is right. He shows the proper path to those who go astray. He leads the humble in doing right, teaching them his ways. The Lord leads with unfailing love and faithfulness all who keep his covenant and obey his demands. So how do we receive God's guidance? The first step is to want to be guided. God's primary guidance system is in his word, the Bible. Psalm 119 tells us of the endless knowledge found in God's word, but you'll be pleased to know that I'm not going to read it. By reading the Bible and constantly learning from it, we will gain the wisdom to perceive God's direction for our lives. When we are willing to seek God and learn from his word and obey his commands, then we will receive his specific guidance. So now reading the rest of the chapter of the book. For the honor of your name, O Lord, forgive me my many, many sins. Who are those who fear the Lord? He will show them the path they should choose. They will live in prosperity, and their children will inherit the land. The Lord is a friend to those who fear him. He teaches them his covenant. My eyes are always on the Lord, for he rescues me from the traps of my enemies. Turn to me and have mercy, for I am alone and in deep distress. My problems go from bad to worse. Oh, save me from them all. Feel my pain and see my trouble. Forgive all my sins. See how many enemies I have and how viciously they hate me. Protect me, rescue my life from them. Do not let me be disgraced, for in you I take refuge. May integrity and honesty protect me, for I put my hope in you. O God, ransom Israel from all its troubles. So to fear the Lord is to recognize God's attributes. He is holy, almighty, righteous, pure, all-knowing, all-powerful, all-wise. When we recognize who God is and who we are, we will fall at his feet in humble respect, knowing that we are sinful, weak, frail, and needy. God offers intimate and lasting friendship. What relationship could ever compare with having the Lord of all creation for a friend? Your everlasting friendship with God will grow as you respect and honor him. Often our problems seem to go from bad to worse, and God is the only one who can reverse this downward spiral. He can take our problems and turn them into glorious victories. When we are willing to cry out to God, God will do his work with us and in our situations. The next step is yours. God has already made his offer. We need integrity and honesty to preserve us along life's rocky paths, and we need to ask God for them. Honesty says, this is a shepherd's way, and integrity says, I will walk in it consistently. On a final note, I was watching the news last night about the heartbreaking situation in Afghanistan. Boris Johnson said, the future is not yet written. It is reassuring to know that the future has been written and to know who has written it. We don't need to fear the future if we believe that it is in God's hands. Thank you.